I was waiting that, okay, something, when it will be clear, I will be joining it. But today I am joining from my resident itself. So, चलिए जी जनाब. हाँ हाँ शुरू करें सब. जी जी.
आज हमारा जो ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम है उसका आज का और अंतिम दिन है और आज लास्ट डे है सर. आज के हमारे रिसोर्स पर्सन है प्रोफेसर खालिद आजम, रिटायर्ड विभागाध्यक्ष बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन विभाग, अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम विश्वविद्यालय. आप 21वीं सदी के कौशल विकास विषय पर अपने ख्यालात पेश करने के लिए हमारे बीच मौजूद हैं. सर आपका वेलकम. आप अपना प्रेजेंटेशन शुरू कीजिए.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I am, first of all, I must be thankful to Faida Madam for giving me this opportunity to interact with you people. And secondly, Sajid Jamal, he asked me that I should be present for this presentation. And he has taken time from me and he told that on Thursday you will have to make your presentation. And so what actually happened, on last Thursday, I thought that today is my presentation. So I went to the college and then I came to know that no, it is not that Thursday. So it is the next Thursday. It was about today itself. So then I am trying to discuss with you. Is the PPT, you are able to see it or not?
No sir, no sir.
PPT नहीं आ रहा है?
नहीं.
यही प्रॉब्लम हमारे साथ हो रहा था. PPT कहाँ गया? एक मिनट. Here the same. Okay. That is the problem with me. I am trying to share the screen with the PPT. Just 1 minute. Send. Video. अब शेयर हो रहा है?
नो सर.
नहीं सर, आप प्रेजेंट कैसे कर रहे हैं मुझे बताइए.
मैं जो है, मैंने पहले आपका वो खोल दिया. अब ये मेरा जो स्लाइड है, पीपीटी है, उसको मैंने खोल दिया अपना.
आप प्रेजेंट नाउ पे जाइए. प्रेजेंट पे शेयर स्क्रीन पे जाइए आप.
मैं शेयर स्क्रीन पे गया. ये शेयर स्क्रीन है.
क्लिक करिए. आपको एक विंडो खुलेगा. एक
विंडो ये विंडो जो खुल रहा है, सिलेक्ट द टैब टू शेयर.
नहीं सर, इंटायर स्क्रीन पे क्लिक करिए.
अच्छा, इंटायर स्क्रीन पे. एक मिनट. इंटायर स्क्रीन.
अब वहां स्क्रीन लिख के आ रहा होगा, स्क्रीन 1.
स्क्रीन, इंटायर स्क्रीन पे मैंने कर दिया.
फिर एक छोटा सा स्क्रीन आएगा, उस पर क्लिक करिए और फिर शेयर पे क्लिक कर दीजिए.
अब आया नहीं आया?
अब आया है सर.
आ गया.
आप पीपीटी ऑन कर लीजिए अपना.
अब मेरा.
यस सर, नाउ वी कैन सी.
स्टॉप.
अब यहाँ पे
नीचे पीपीटी है सर. हाँ, नीचे
पीपीटी.
हाँ, इसे फुल स्क्रीन कर दीजिए सर.
अच्छा, फुल स्क्रीन करता हूँ अभी. 1 मिनट. आ गया?
जी सर.
ओके सर.
अच्छा,
जी सर.
ठीक है. Okay, thank you very much, because I am already getting late. So see here in this presentation on this new education policy and 21st century skills, basically because today is the last day of your program, and by now I think most of the things related with the NEP, the orientation related to this and the sensitization in terms of the action, the activities which the institutions have to take. That is, I think, I expect that this is already been done because by this time, most of the things they have been made clear. Just 1 minute. Most of the things related with this NEP, I think they would have been made clear to you. And this 21st century skill, I have to deal with that. My presentation, if the time permits, I will be going by this. The new education policy, few facts. I am not going to discuss the total one, but few facts which are helping us in understanding what these skills are. And then after, we will try to discuss with you the university teachers, the functions, then the higher education, then the life skills, some more life skills, and at the end, if we are able to discuss, because this is one letter which was written by Lincoln to his son's teacher. So this letter is really a fascinating one, and generally I consider that okay, this letter should also be discussed in this light, because no doubt it's a very old one, but sometimes we get time to see what is there in this case. So first of all, few facts about this new education policy. Then what is expected from the university and the college teacher, because you people and we all are related with the university or college system. So, and we are the part of higher education. We will have to see this new education policy in that particular light, and then after the function of the student, the teacher, and the core skills, we will try to discuss that. First of all, see this new education policy, the policy which was started in 2020. It is the first education policy of this century, 21st century of India. And this policy proposes the revision and revamping for all aspects of education structure. So whatever I am reading, whatever is there on the slide, they have been taken from the policy document itself. So one thing more I would like to tell you, that this policy document is worth reading document, in the sense that how they have designed it and how they have tried to explain the things which are required in case of modern education, and what the educational institutions they have to do, and what is the vision of this education policy, connected with the future and not leaving our ancient past. So this ancient period and the glory of this ancient period, we want to see the implications and its we can say its ramifications in the future also. So this policy document is a very good document in the sense that whenever you will see that when the explanation they have been made and the way they have tried to explain that and the way they have tried to put the things together, that is really fascinating. So this document is worth reading, and because this is the initial stage of our career, so at the later stage, when you are going to be in the position of professor and all, so many committees you will have to handle. You will be the coordinator, chairman, and you will have to write the report of that. So this idea, generally I discuss with the participants, that when you are going to read this document, try to see it from that angle also, that how this report, how this policy that has been designed, and what they have envisioned about the future of our education and what is our idea. So all these things. But here, in case of this new education policy, because being the part of higher education, I'm not going to discuss about anything about the school education. Generally, I will take up the higher education side, what is expected from there. So this the revamping of all aspects of education structure. So the complete structure, that means from the teacher, from this the system, the system of admission, examination, the education system, everything. There's complete revamping of the structure, including its regulation and governance. So this the specific emphasis is on its regulation and governance. That means the education policy is expecting that the regulation of the institutions and the governance of the institution, they should be made as clear, transparent, objective based, so that the education is going to be imparted that will be helpful not only to the people or the individual and the country itself, but it will be challenging, or it will be accepting the challenges of the global changes. So regulation governance to create new system that is aligned with the aspirational goals of 21st century education, including this is the sustainable developmental goal, SDG they are calling it, while building upon India's tradition and value system. Now, only if you are going to see this, nothing has been left. India's tradition and value system is an ancient one. Growing development imperatives, we are considering that part also. And the structural changes we are going to bring. So educational policy, that is highly envisioned policy which they have formulated. Now see the vision of the new education policy they have mentioned in so many paragraphs. So few I have taken it here. The national education policy envisions an education system rooted in Indian ethos. So it will be rooted in our ancient traditional things. So Indian ethos that contributes directly transforming India, that is Bharat, sustainably into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society. So they are expecting that the country will become a knowledge society. That means whatever type of knowledge that is available, and the creation of knowledge, additional knowledge that will be created. So the knowledge society, by providing high quality education to all and thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. Now see here what is our vision in case of our education. The vision is that we are not simply going to develop ourselves, not only we are going to take up what things are there, but our basic idea is that we have to become the global knowledge superpower. That means whatever knowledge are available, we are going to make use of them, we are going to develop them, we are going to add so many things into them. So a complete transformation we are going to do. And naturally, once we are going to consider it, then the level of intelligence, the level of the different type of institutions, the level of the people who are going to handle that institution, that also becomes important. So in case of this, the very comprehensive way they have said that what is our objective. It is a global, it is not only Indian, it is a global knowledge superpower we are expecting ourselves that we are going to have that. At the same time, the Indian ethos we are considering, so transformation of India, we are talking in this sense. The policy that it is also going to respect that the curriculum and pedagogy of our institution must develop among the students a deep sense of respect. Respect for what? The fundamental duties and constitutional values. So the education system that is going to consider the fundamental, we all the times we are talking in terms of the fundamental rights. Okay, this is my fundamental right and I have to do that, and you cannot question it and all that. Here they say that it is not only this fundamental right, it is a fundamental duty and the constitution values. So the bond is of the constitution values, the preamble of the constitution that gives us idea about that. The bonding with one's country and a conscious awareness of one's role and responsibility in the changing world. So as an individual, those who are being trained, those who are getting education, that part we are going to consider. So what is his role and responsibility in this changing world? It is going to take care of that. Now see here, the vision of the policy is to instill among the learners deep-rooted pride. Now see here how they have designed this. It is a deep-rooted pride in being Indian, not only in thought, but also in a spirit, intellect, and deeds. Now you can see the type of words whatever have been, and how it is going to motivate our people, mainly first of all the teachers, that they will have to do that. So being Indian, not only in thought, but also in terms of a spirit. So thought will come and it is going to be there in our blood, it is in our spirit. It should be in our intellect also, and in terms of our deed, whatever we do, as well as to develop knowledge, skill, values, and disposition that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development and living, and global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. Now you can understand what is expected from the teacher for the students whom we are going to handle, whom we are going to develop, with whom we are related, and what is our commitment, what should be our commitment in that case. So it is the development of not only the thought, but the spirit in terms of its intellect and all that, responsible commitment for the human rights, also sustainable development. So these are the things which are very, you can say, contemporary in nature. And the ultimate thing is that we have to be the truly global citizen. It is not that, okay, only we are able to handle our own problem, or we are going to participate, contribute in our development, but we have to contribute throughout. We have to contribute in the development of the global people and the society and whatever resources we are having in that case. So this is, education is a fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and promoting national development. So providing universal access to quality. Now see here, they are saying that we will have to provide the quality education. And this is the key to India's continuous ascent and leadership to the global stage in terms of economic growth, social justice and equality, scientific advancement, national integration, and culture preservation. So all these aspects we are going through. Nothing they have tried to accommodate whatever things are there, and how they are going to help us, how they are going to help at the global level. We are considering that. Now see the we have to ensure the inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. So this was because they have started in 2020. So they talked about the next 10 years. And the idea is that it will be ensuring the inclusive and equitable quality education. So they have also thought in terms of the rural and urban, because education in India that has been divided in these two. So the rural education system, no doubt, we say that, okay, equal type of system is available and opportunities are available equally. But when we are going to see the facts, the reality is that the urban people, they are better equipped as compared to the people who are coming from the rural area. So here in the equitable quality education, they say that, okay, we have to provide. So the structural changes, they will have to be brought here. Now what they say, that such a lofty goal will require the entire education system to be reconfigured to support and foster learning, so that all of the critical targets and goals, that is the sustainable development goals of 2030 agenda, so that can be achieved. So this is the idea that we have to change that. Now see here, they have considered that, okay, the changes, the knowledge landscape that is changing with the various scientific technological advances, such as, now see here, this is where I have tried to bold it, such as the rise of big data. Now this is the contemporary thing which we are finding. Machine learning, artificial intelligence. Many unskilled jobs worldwide may be taken over by the machines, while the need for the skilled workforce, particularly involving mathematics, computer science, data science, in conjunction with the multidisciplinary abilities across the sciences, social sciences and humanities, will be increasingly in greater demand. So the changes, whatever we are finding, and in this contemporary period, contemporary time, under these changes, we have to see that what we have to do and how these things, the skill, whatever will be required in this case. So the changes what they have been considered and accepted, they are the technological changes, scientific changes, machine learning, artificial intelligence. They are going to require different type of people. The workforce requirement that will be changing, and that workforce will require the conjunction of the multidisciplinary abilities in sciences, social sciences, humanities, and all. So the education policy talks about this, and this gives us idea that what type of a skill that will be required by the teacher, by the students, for the purpose of getting these benefits out of our education policy. With climate change, increasing pollution, and depleting natural resources, there will be a sizable shift in how to meet the world's energy, water, food, sanitation needs, again resulting in the need for new skilled labor, particularly in biology, chemistry, physics, agriculture, climate science, and other social sciences. So here, the area of study they have also identified, and traditional subjects and the modern subjects they have tried to incorporate in that. And the contemporary changes, whatever we are finding nowadays, because the climate change, we are all the time finding that this is going to create problem. And the natural resources, they are also depleting, because for a long time, and they, 20, 30 years before, if suppose you are going to look back, and mainly when we look back to our teachers, mainly the economic teachers, they used to say that, okay, the poverty of India is due to the non-proper utilization of the natural resources what we have received. They used to say like that. So the proper exploitation of natural resources we are not doing due to that poverty of India that is existing. Now what we are saying, no one says that, okay, we are not using that. We say that we have overused that. And the natural resources, they have depleted. And we will have to think not only for ourselves, but we have to think about the future generation also. So sustainable development, now they are talking about resources, they should be kept, they should be retained, and how these resources they should be utilized properly, how these resources they should be channelized properly. They are now talking in that term. Earlier with the economics, they used to say that we must exploit the natural resources what the God has given to us. But now the thinking has changed, because we see the changes that are taking place at the climate level, and this type of understanding the people whom we are developing, they should also have, so that the future development that should take place without damaging the resources for the future period. Now, so this landscape I am changing. So education must move towards less content, more towards learning about how to think critically and solve problems, how to be creative and multidisciplinary. Now see here, this is going to help us in understanding the skills required. So here we are going to stress more on how to think critically and solve problems, and how to be creative and multidisciplinary, and how to innovate, adapt, absorb new material in novel and changing fields. So the idea here is that we have to, the education system, it will move towards these different aspects. It is not simply that, okay, the language should be learned, the certain subject that should be learned. It is not. It is a wholesome development. It is a complete development of the human being that is there, and they should be made creative. They should be made. They should be able to solve the different problems. Maybe trivial ones, maybe very difficult one, but how to solve those problems. So that type of understanding should be developed in them, and it should be multidisciplinary. That means they should not be placed only this tight compartment that, okay, you have studied engineering, so you should not know what is happening in case of medical sciences or what is happening in social sciences. They say that no, it's a multidisciplinary approach that is needed. What is good for the society, what is good for the humanities, what is good for the coming period, for the next generation, we have to consider them together. So these are the things which are here. So now here, the pedagogy must evolve because education more experiential, holistic, integrated, inquiry-driven, discovery-oriented, learner-centered, discussion-based, flexible, and of course enjoyable. Now see here what is expected from the pedagogy we are going to adopt, the method for teaching, the delivering the material. So it should be more on experience basis. That means they should be given certain type of training, they should be given case studies, they should be given different type of simulation tools and techniques for the purpose of studying. Holistic, integrated, inquiry driven. So whatever is there, you are not going to accept it as it is. You should inquire properly, you should go it thoroughly, you should criticize, you should have the critical evaluation of the facts, whatever are there. Discovery oriented. So it is not that, okay, whatever is there, I am going to accept it as it is, but you should try to discover certain things new. And that should be, so the learner center, the pedagogy should be according to the learner, not only according to the trainer, because sometimes we consider that, okay, whatever we are having, that we have to give. They say that no, it should be learner center. That means the teacher should also be trained, so that what is the position of the student and the learners, we should know that, and accordingly we have to design ourselves. Learner centers, discussion based, because sometimes generally in case of this college and university system, we go and we give lecture, and then after you say that, okay, my job is over, but they say that no, it should be the discussion based. There should be free inquiry. There should be free criticism, no matter what type of system is there and whatever are the understanding, whatever knowledge we are having. It should be discussion based, where the things they should be considered. It is not argument based. It should be the discussion. That means the argument should be there, but not for the purpose of winning, but for the purpose of getting the best out of our understanding. So discussion based argument, there is a difference between the two. The flexible, and of course that should be enjoyable also. So the students should also enjoy. Not only that, the teachers should also enjoy what method they are going to adopt for the purpose of teaching. So this education, new education policy that talks in this term, that okay, it should help the student, it should help, and it is the all corner development. So that part is there. The curriculum must include basic arts, craft, humanities, games and sports and fitness, languages, literature, culture, value in addition to science and mathematics to develop all aspects and capabilities of learner and make education more well-rounded, useful, and fulfilling to the learner. You can see what they have included in this case. They have tried to accommodate so many things which are related with our human life. It is not only that, okay, only science or mathematics or biology or the technology. It's the basic arts, craft, humanities, games, sports, the language, literature, culture, the value system. All these things, they are to be included in our curriculum. So this is the education policy that talks about it, and they have given us direction that we will have to include, because the things may be same. The things whatever in other countries they are being taught, they are being taught here also. But we will have to see in terms of our own culture, in terms of with the help of our own literature and languages, because in India the diversity is too much. We will find that this diversity in terms of language, in terms of food habit, in terms of living, in terms of dress, in terms of so many things. So the cultural difference we are finding in every part of our country. This curriculum for the courses, they will be including these different aspects, so that the overall and the wholesome development and holistic development of the people that should take place. Education must build character, enable learners to be ethical, rational, compassionate, caring, while at the same time prepare them for gainful, fulfilling employment. So they are not leaving the employment side. They say that no, we will have to go for that. The education should provide gainful employment, but the person should be developed in terms of his character. Very important part, because the character is the thing which is being influenced not only by the teacher or by the institution, because the society where we live, the family in which we have been developed, the society, the community where we have been developed, we have spent our initial stage of our life, capable of learner to be ethical, rational. So the rational thinking, we say that, okay, human being, we consider all the time that, okay, they are going to behave rationally, and the human being, they are rational in their approach, understanding and all. So compassionate, that means you have to take care of the others also. Empathy should be there with you. So you should be able to have, you should be able to put your shoes in, put your feet in the other shoes, so that you can feel the difference, you can feel the problem. And you should be caring also. It is not that. So from the very small level, you can say that where you are going to take care. Because the society nowadays, whatever we are finding, why they have included these words like caring, ethical, rational? Because over a period of time, we are seeing that somehow we have left our Indian ethos, whatever we used to cherish, and we used to tall claim about that. Simple example which I would like to give you, because in Indian system, when we started learning the social sciences, and then in that case, they used to discuss initially that what are the benefits of, you can say, joint family system versus the, you can say, the small family or the nuclear family system. And main thrust used to be, in case of discussion, that the joint family system is better than the nuclear family system. What actually has happened due to this urbanization, we are finding, and the job opportunities available not throughout the country in an equal manner. So the people, they have migrated, and gradually what has happened, that we have started to think about ourselves than about our own family, wife, children, and that's all. And we have started to leave our elders at their own place. Caring part that has started to get a very missing link, you can say, nowadays. So they have tried to include the things whatever are there in our society which have developed over a period of time, which is not that much positive, you can say. So the self-centered that has come in among us. So the education must build that type of character, where we are caring for not only ourselves. We are going to take care about our health. We are taking care about our career. We are taking care about our children, health, education, and career. But at the same time, we are not taking care of our grandfather, father, mother, whom we have already left at our villages or in a small town, and we have shifted to the large cities and the metropolitan cities, and we have left them, and they are in the old age. So the education policy says that not only this mathematics or this physics, chemistry, not only that, we have to be compassionate for the poor, compassionate for the disabled, because the society we are finding such type of people, the different type of diseases in case of India that is increasing so much. Old people we are finding, so the senior citizens. So while at the same time we have to prepare them for the gainful employment, of course, they should be meant for that. We are going to develop for their job, for their employment, so that they will be able to contribute. So education is not only in terms of giving the knowledge in one respective field where he wants to study, that he is in medical sciences, or he is in technology, or he is in management, or it is the complete learning that should take place among them, the ethical side, rational side, caring, and all these things. So the policy document says, and when we are going to see these aspects, we will find that what type of skill that will be required here. That's why we are joining these two, the NEP and the modern skill, what is required. So this the aim must be for India to have an education system by 2040 that is second to none. So we are considering that our system will be foolproof in ourselves. This system is going to be adopted by the others. We are at the top in case of system, with equitable access to the highest quality education for all learners, regardless of social or economic background. So we have this gap that should be filled. So because we are finding that the equality is not there in case of the rural, urban mainly. So that's why they are saying that with that gap, it is based on the principle that education must develop not only cognitive capabilities, both the foundational capacities of literacy, numeracy, and higher order cognitive capabilities such as critical thinking, problem solving, but also social, ethical, emotional capacities and dispositions. So the education there lay for particular emphasis on these aspects, and they will be helpful in understanding what are the skills which are required here. Now see here, this is the old system I am. Now see here, what the policy says about the teacher. See, because we have to know what is expected from us. The teacher must be at the center of fundamental reform in the education system. So they have recognized us that we are the part of this reform. So fundamental reform, and we are at the center of that. The new education policy must help re-establish teachers. They say that, okay, we have to re-establish. That means our position, what the society is considering, it is not as it has been earlier. So we will have to have this, the policy is going to consider that it will be re-established. Their position should be re-established at all levels as the most respected and essential member of our society. As a teacher, the policy itself is recognizing that our position should be re-established in the society as the most respected and essential member of the society, because they truly shape our next generation of citizens. So this is a very good sign which they are accepting. And then after what they say, it must also do everything to empower teachers and help them to do their job as effectively as possible. So that means whatever is required to handle and to deliver the goods, there should be that facility that should be provided to them. So it is going to empower the teachers to help them to do their job. The new education policy must now see here, and here we have to take care, and we have to rethink ourselves also and for the future, because after some time you are in the position of recruiting people in for the teaching community. So they say that the new education policy must help recruit the very best. Now see the type of adjectives which have been used. The education policy must help recruit the very best and the brightest to enter the teaching profession at all levels. That means it is going to consider that we are going to bring people in this teaching profession, those who are the very best of their lot, they are the brightest to the of their lot to enter the teaching profession at all levels by ensuring livelihood. So they should be provided proper livelihood, respect, dignity, and autonomy. Now see the type of words which have been used for the teacher, that okay, we are going to bring this glory for them. So their respect should be brought back. We have to provide this livelihood, the dignity, autonomy, while also instilling in the system the basic methods of quality control and accountability. It is not that they are going to consider only in terms of respect and dignity, but the quality control and the accountability of the teacher that will also be checked time to time. That's why they are talking in terms of the governance also, the restructuring of the governance. But the policy is, as a part of document and the understanding, they have given a very good position to the teacher, and they are considering that the teachers, they should be coming from the best of the lot, and they should be provided the dignity, autonomy, and the livelihood, of course, so that the salary part, you can say, the promotion and so many things, in this case, that they are being included. The question now, the other question will be that, okay, how far the university system or the government that could implement it, that is another question. But the policy, as far as the policy is concerned, if you are going to see that their understanding about the teacher and their work, they have duly recognized it for the purpose of development of the next generation. So this part is very positive part which we are finding. Now, what is expected from the student, that is also here. The new education policy must provide to all students, irrespective of their place of residence, that means here is the rural and urban, a quality education system. They are talking about that. The new education policy must provide to all students a quality education system with particular focus on historically marginalized, disadvantaged, and underrepresented groups. So those who could not get education, or their generations, they could not get education, or the marginalized the part of the society, disadvantaged, underrepresented, those who are coming very less in this education system, they should be provided this opportunity. So equal opportunity should be given irrespective of the place of residence. We have to provide them education. Education is a great enabler and is the best tool for achieving economic and social mobility, inclusion, and equality. So initiative must be in place to ensure that all students from such groups, despite inherent obstacles, are provided various targeted opportunities to enter and excel in the educational system. That means a special care, a special treatment that should be provided to those who have been underrepresented or underprivileged class people. So there should be opportunity for them also, and a special care should be given for them. Now we are finding over a period of time, no doubt it is before that, we are having the Disability Act, and that says that 3% of the seat over and above, they will be given to the disabled students. So now, and in our university, we are finding in terms of disabled student, now differently, now we are using disability, we are not using this term, but the act is the Disability Act. That's why we are sometimes we say that, okay, the name of the act is like this, so we can use this term, but it is a differently abled people. Okay, maybe hearing impaired, it is maybe visually challenged, that type of people are there. They should be provided opportunity for that. These elements must be incorporated, taking into account the local and global needs. So all these aspects they are considering. The young people is considered critical for the purpose of national pride, self-confidence, self-knowledge, cooperation, integration. They should be there. Now see here. No, I am not going to consider. Okay. See here, there are they have considered the fundamental guiding principles in education, and there are 21. But I am not going to discuss that because it is comprehensive and it includes the school education and higher education. But few of these points I am going to mention. For example, no hard separation between arts and science. They say that, okay, because for a long time we have considered different, that, okay, science education is better than the arts education. The society has also accepted like that. And society is also still today, they are considering that, okay, the people, those who have graduated in medicine or engineering, or they have gone for these chartered accountancy courses and all that, they are only educated people. But they say that no, this is the difference of these two. They should go. Then the multidisciplinary and holistic education system, they are talking about that. This is the part of their principle. Conceptual understanding. They say that no, it is not the rote knowledge. It is a conceptual understanding that should be taken. Creativity and critical thinking. So this is another principle which they have considered. So logical decision making, ethics and human and constitutional values like empathy, which I have already told. So promoting multilingualism and the power of knowledge, this language, because in India we are having so many languages and they are being read. And so earlier we were having this 3-language formula. Now this 3-language formula is there, but even after that, somebody is interested in studying some other language, there is no problem for that. Life skill. See here, they are talking about the skills such as the communication, cooperation, teamwork, resilience. They have considered as a basic principle in designing the policy, the new education policy. So these principles are, of course, they are very important, but this is a very comprehensive document, so I am not going to consider all of them, but few of them, of course, light but tight regulatory framework. See here, it's a very difficult time. Sometimes we find very difficult that, okay, the regulatory framework that should be tight and it should be all the times there should be the people who are going to take care and they have to monitor the things. But they say that no, it should be light, but the tight regulatory framework that should be developed for the education policy. So here they are if you are going to see these principles very carefully, you will find that they are talking in terms of the skill, whatever are there, creativity, critical thinking, this logical decision making, then the empathy, multilingualism, communication, cooperation, coordination, all these skills they are talking about that they have to be developed. So then after being a part of higher education, they are not they have not left us without giving the direction in terms of the whatever where is that just 1 minute. Outstanding research as a the core requisite for the outstanding education and development. So the research that has also been emphasized. So the teachers and faculty as the heart of learning process, their recruitment, continuous professional development, positive working environment, service conditions. So these are the things which are related with the teacher and the student. Teachers and the faculty as the heart of the learning process. So their recruitment, continuous professional development. Now see, these are the things which the policy says that we have to incorporate that. We have to go by that. So the continuous professional development means that, okay, if you have joined as a assistant professor today, then after 5 or 10 or 10 years, within 10 years, you should be the associate professor. So there should be progression. Then after 15 years or 20 years, you should be a professor. So the professional development that should be there. You should get the opportunity for conducting researches because that is our job. Creation of knowledge, dissemination of knowledge, these parts we will have to take up. So the policy, whatever we are finding, the end result of that, the policy that has talked about it, but there is some modification in case of this policy which they have made. So in 24-25, the forward-looking vision for India's education system, the policy aims to create an inclusive, flexible, technology-integrated learning environment that prepares a student for the challenges for future. Some key features of NEP include that it is going to 5+3. This is the system. I'm not going to discuss that. NE 24 aims to reduce pressure and increase flexibility in board examination, multiple learning. So breakdown of syllabus of this multidisciplinary learning that is required. This language learning that they say that, okay, the different type of languages. So these are the things. NEP is a significant step forward, affirming the goal of National Education Policy 2020. It aims to create an education system that is student-centric and contemporary based. So this is about that. Now see here, there are two things which we have to consider first. Then after I will be taking your time for the discussion on the core aspects of our skills. What is the function of a teacher? Sometimes what happens is at the initial stage, when we join teaching in the university or the college, our main focus is that, okay, I should project myself in the classroom before our student, that the student should consider that he is a knowledgeable person, and whatever topic he is going to discuss with us, he is having complete, profound knowledge in that particular area. For that, what we do, we are going to prepare notes. We are preparing notes from so many books. We are reading the textbook. We are reading sometimes journal, new things, whatever has come in there, whatever have come in that particular field, we are going to assimilate, and we are going to deliver that in the classroom, because we want that our position in the classroom, that should be established as a good teacher. And once we are going to do for 1, 2, 3 years, then after we are leaving so many other things which are required from us. And it happens in case of this college and university teaching. But we have to know that what are our responsibilities, what functions we have to perform. The first is that, whatever I have explained, teaching and evaluation, that is dissemination of knowledge. Preparation, delivery, and evaluation. While we are preparing ourselves, we are going to deliver that, and we are going to evaluate a student with the help of the sessional, terminal, project, then the final examination, midterm examination, and all that. We are doing with that, and these are the things which are very much visible among us, and we are going to do that. Second thing which is very much important, on which we are missing time to time, here it is the creation of knowledge we are missing in this case. Nowadays, okay, because after this new education policy and even before that, the government has started to think that, okay, the higher education institutions, their researchers, they should be important part of that. And the students, those who are trying for the college and university education, they should they should go for researches, they should do their PhD. The publication should be there. Without 2 publications in the reputed journal or the care listed journal, now the care list they have to close for some time. So care review journal, if they are not being published, the PhD degree will not be given. Now we have started to think about that, but the research is our part. It is not the school education, it is a university education. Creation of knowledge is also our responsibility, not simply the dissemination of knowledge. That's why for creation of knowledge, we will have to go for the researchers. And what we do in case of that, we are going to take up different type of projects, and we are also guiding our students and for the PhD degree, MPhil degree. Now the MPhil, this new education policy, they say that no MPhil now, we will be going directly for the PhD. So, but for guiding them, we are doing this guidance job in terms of researches. So this is the second part, that research they will have to be taken. For that, we are going to take up the research projects also, because guiding is one part where we are going to develop the students for future knowledge creation. But the projects are there, which as a teacher, we will have to undertake the project, and the teachers will have to go for that. For example, there are different type of projects which are being financed, because any research project without money, you will not be able to handle that. But in case of the research project, we will have to consider that, okay, for example, in case of social sciences, the ICSSR, their Indian Council of Social Science Research, they are going to finance you. UGC is also financing. AICT is also financing. There are many ministries which are financing the different type of research projects. In case of agriculture, ICMR, they are financing this. So the research projects will have to be taken up by them. It is going to help the institution also, because when you are going to consider any type of research project financed by these type of institutions, you will find the certain infrastructural facilities they are going to provide. For example, computer facilities they used to be given, When the telephone that was not so common, so they used to install telephone on this project cost. Many things they used to give. And after this project was over, these things were given to the institution where you have worked, where you have conducted their research. So the research project, that is another important point. Quality publication, because whatever we are doing in terms of research, that should be published also. They should be known to the people. It is not that it is we are going to keep it a secretive. They are open for criticism. They are open for scrutiny, because this is academic research, and academic research is meant for that. We are placing our research in the journal so that the people who are related with that field, they should also study that. They should be able to criticize. They should be able to contribute. They should be providing the rejoinder to that. They may be having some better idea, and they are research more ahead than whatever I have done. So the quality publication, that should be there. Now, in case of this quality publication, as you know, Scopus is one very important part which we are considering. Care list was also, the journals are available in that case. Then the Science Direct and many other are there which are judging that. Administration is another part, because we are the part, our university is a residential university. So the hostels and the halls, they are very important part of our university character. And they are the part of our university setup. So in the initial stage, as a lecturer or as an assistant professor, you are going to handle the job as an administration, as an administrator, for example, warden of the hostel, you are going to be there. You are the part of some, you can say, if the cultural activities are there, so you are the president of some societies or the secretary, and whatever positions are there. So administration you will have to take up. Co-curricular activities, this is our part. We will have to engage that extra. Now see the seventh point. It's a very important one. What actually is happening whenever we are in a particular set of knowledge and we are contributing to that, we are skipping so many things which were very close to us. For example, in our days when we were a student, the extra reading used to be the different type of magazines, for example, India Today or Film Fair, for example, those who were interested in the film industry, and so what new pictures are coming, who is the story writer, what are the things there. The different type of novels were published at that time with the students, and they used to read that. And some used to say that, okay, it is this reading is not going to help you because you are a student of engineering, so you should try to learn engineering only. But this extra reading from the different areas, different languages, it is the short story, it may be the poetry, it may be drama, it may be the different type of magazines which are coming. After some stage, we find that our extra reading that is lost. Due to that, there is some type of gap which we are finding that is there in our personality. Extra reading is not only that, okay, you are simply going to enjoy that. Extra reading is going to give you so many things when you are going to discuss, sometimes in the class, sometimes outside of the class. And when you are going to discuss among yourself, among the faculty members, you are going to sit among the peer group, and you are going to discuss certain things. It is going to enhance your personality. But generally, we are finding that gradually, when our number of years as teaching that is increasing, our extra reading that is going in the back seat. This is very much important. Whatever is of your liking, whatever language you like, whatever type of reading you would like, so you should go for that. And the type of reading I would like to mention here, few of them. For example, the novels are there. Nowadays, we are not finding those novels are very popular or common, or their availability is also not that common. The Russian literature, the classical Russian literature. At our time, that was the extra reading which we used to do. Mother of Maxim Gorky, How the Steel Was Tempered, then the Cancer Ward, Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and all. So many things were there which were coming from this Russian literature. We have studied that, we have read that. Turgenev and the stories of the Chekhov, their stories we have. So many things are there in case of extra reading. We have done that. Poetry is coming from the Tolstoy story. We have studied, we have done that in that case. Not only this, there are writers whom you will find, they have traveled to so many countries, they have traveled to so many places, and they have written their memoirs of those places. What we call in English, that is a travelogue. Safarnama in Urdu, we are calling that. So they have written about that, what they have seen in that particular country, at that place. Extra reading, that can be that also. There are so many short stories which we have studied, which we have read. That was not our part, but it was not as a part of our commerce student. But if we have studied those who are coming from this Hindi literature side. There was one very you can say very popular story, and most of the time we could find that they were forming the part of the syllabus, the Hindi syllabus. Usne kaha tha. The story written in 1904 by Pandit Guleri from Punjab. He has written this story, and we could find, and we used to discuss that. Okay, what is the finer points of that? So extra reading, that is very much important. At that time, many novels used to come. For example, James Hadley Chase. He was a coveted writer, and it was said at that time that every 2 minutes, one book of James Hadley Chase is being sold in the world, and because they were translated in different languages also. That was a novel coming from US. And so the different type of magazines, like for example, the Reader Digest, that was very popular digest that was published at that time, and very typical type of writing was there. And in terms of readability index, the Reader Digest was considered to be one of the best, you can say, the digest at that time. So extra reading sometimes we are losing, and because okay, I am studying accounting, I am teaching finance, I am teaching marketing, I am teaching human resource management. Okay, so I am concerned with that. It is not. We have to go for those things, those studies, those type of writer, which we are finding, and they will be fascinating also. They will help your personality to develop. Extra reading is also very much important in terms of university teaching. Now see about the students. We talk about ourselves. So the students, they will have to prepare for the next class. Now what is happening? We are giving them that, okay, this is the scheme. On this day we will be teaching this, and after this chapter will be taught. Why? The idea is that he will study first, and then after he will come to the class. But the students are generally not doing. Generally, they are not attending the classes also. So what to say about the preparation for the class? But they should prepare for the forthcoming class. Attending the class, attending laboratory and the practical classes, going to the library and preparation of the notes. So this is a very important part, because if they are not preparing note by themselves, they will not be able to write. The writing ability that will be developed with the help of preparation of notes. And when they are going to prepare note based on the different type of textbooks and the class discussion and whatever the teacher has presented in the class, this is going to open their mental horizon. So the library, they will be consulting. When they are going to visit the library, they will be reading some other newspaper sometimes. Some magazines are available there in the library. Something which they are finding that, okay, the cover page looks very nice, so they are going to turn the pages inside also. And they are going to check that, okay, what is written in this particular magazine or the journal, whatever has come. Going to the library is very important part. Generally, the students, they are missing. They will be going to the library when there are examinations. So we are finding this problem. The sessional, terminal, semester, year-end examination, that is their job. They have to do that. Reading course material and the books of general interest, because now here they have to go for competition. The world is not so simple now, and everything is based on the competition. So the job is also available after you are going to compete. Naturally, they will have to have the general interest material that should be studied, preparation for the competitive examination. So on regular basis, they should go for the competition success review, competition master. There are so many material available, and the internet is also helping them. So competitive games, sports, debate, cultural program, they are going to develop their personality. So that part they will have to they will have to participate. Presentations, they should be made more, so that they will be preparing themselves. They are going to make presentation, PPT, they will prepare. They are going to operate there. They are going to discuss that. So this is part. And of course, we are going to give time for recreation also. So games, sports, film, this discussion and all that. So for the recreation also, they should be given time, because these are young mind, and they should see and they should enjoy the life. It is not that, okay, we are all the time, we are talking only in terms of their study. Recreation time, they should also be given to them. But this is their job. How much they are interested in that and how much they are doing it, that is a question which we will have to consider. But these things are going to help them in understanding the life and in understanding their own subject. So this part is going to help them. And communication skill, personality development, out-of-box thinking, integrated learning, so many things that will appear when they are going to operate on this basis, and they are going to consider in their daily life all these aspects. Now see here, now this, and I'm coming to the next part of my discussion because the time is short. And so life skills are basically the tools that people need to deal with the life ups and downs. It is about making wise decisions, understanding what shapes us, and overcoming obstacles in our daily life. So the life skill that has been defined like this. It is a tool that people need to deal with the life's ups and downs. So whatever is there, they have to deal with that. And now here I'm going to give you the 10 life skills which have been identified by WHO, the World Health Organization. Because see, the definition of any or the areas to be identified, that will depend on for which area we are going to talk about. And I have taken this life skill. These 10 skills, they said that these are the 10 core skills which are required by the people to live happily and enjoy life. So these core skills are there. But in the contemporary part, these core skills, beyond that, we will have to think. So I will be going to that also. And so these are, so here, I'm like that. See here. These are the 10 core life skills laid down by WHO. First one is the self-awareness. We should know about ourselves. We know that everybody is not equal in their capabilities, understanding, strengths, weaknesses. So we have to know our strengths, we have to know our weaknesses. What is our core competence? In case of management terminology, we used to say to our students, what is your core competence? Try to identify that. You have to be self-aware. And this self-awareness will give you the strength that you can you can rise and you can go up to any height. Because if you have identified your core strength, based on that you will have to decide about your destination, about your goal. You can do that. Then the empathy. They say that this is another life skill that is required. That means you have to take care about the others. So some of them I have emboldened. For example, the critical thinking. They say that whatever is there, we have to have the critical thinking in case of that. Information are available. We have to regroup them. We have to reconnect them. We have to separate them. We have to analyze them. And then after, we are going to critically evaluate that. We are not going to simply criticize. We are going to critically evaluate those information. So the critical thinking that should be there. Anything which is coming before us, we are not going to accept. It is not a religious sermon that, okay, whatever he says, whatever the clergy is saying, okay, I am accepting what, because these are the words of God and it is coming from there. We are not doing the critical thinking in that case. But they say that whatever informations are available, critically we will have to think, and they say that, okay, what is really correct and what is not. We are going to do that. Creative thinking. You have to think something out of box, so something new, something novel, something which is not, you have not to follow the crowd. Okay, everybody is doing, so I am going to do that. No. Is there any way to think? Is there any another way that I can do this particular job? So I am going to search that way. Creative thinking, creative understanding about that. That is very much important in cases. The decision making. In management, we say that management is nothing but it is decision making. All the times you will have to decide. So the decision making is that their students, they will have to develop themselves at the stage that, okay, they can make the decision. Sometimes the decisions are made on a very trivial point. We will say that, yes, I am going to accept it. And some major point, we will say that, no, I am not going to accept. There's something which are very much clear. We are saying that, okay, I am not going to consider that. So the decision making, whenever we are talking, it's a very important skill which is required, because in the normal life also, every time, every day, you will have to decide. You have to decide about that. In what manner you are going to discuss in the class, you will have to decide. What pedagogy you are going to adopt in the class, that will have to decide. A student should also learn that how they are going to take decisions, which is important, which part is considered to be ethical, which part is considered to be unethical. And based on that, we will have to reject one and we have to accept another one. So decision making is another. Problem solving. This is also another area that one should know how to solve the problem, because the problems will come. Every time there is something which you are going to consider the problem. Not only this problem, because once we say that it is a problem, it is an opportunity also, because some problems bring opportunities also. So that we have to identify that, okay, there is any opportunity available in this, I am going by that. Many things we find in our life that, okay, the opportunity, the problem has become opportunity. Recently we have seen the COVID was there. When the COVID has started, then the social distancing that was to be made. And at the same time, it was said that sanitization that should take place. How many times before we have thought about it? We were not sanitizing. Okay, we used to wash our hands before taking food, before, after taking food, and after certain type of work. We used to do that. But when the COVID came, okay, sanitization, that means every 5 or 10 minutes we are going to use a sanitizer, and we are going to make use on our hand, palm, and then after we are going to do that. So what happened? So many sanitizers, they have started to come in the market. There was a problem of COVID. Opportunity was available for some business people. Their vaccination that has started. Okay, the people have started in the lab this job. So problems are there. Problems also sometimes bring opportunity for some people. So they are going to think about that, how this problem will be solved, how fast we are going to develop this vaccination so that the people, they should be protected with the help of that. So problem solution is there. Effective communication is also very important life skill that is required. That means whatever you want to say, effectively you should be able to interact with them. You should be able to talk to them. Written communication, verbal communication, non-verbal communication, that is also required in this case. So that should also be developed. Interpersonal relationship, very important in case of our social living, because we are the part of the society. As a social human being, we have to social animal, we are living with them. So the interpersonal relationship, that is also required. Nowadays we say that it is the networking, because this term is very common. So your development depends on the networking, whatever you are having in your institution. So many people, they are rising due to networking, and they have maintained very good relationship with the peer group, very good relationship with the boss, very good relationship with their subordinate. And with these relationships, they are maintaining in such a manner that they are being accepted by the society, by the organization, by the community, and they are developing according to that. Now see here the 9th and 10th point, they are very much important, because we are facing this stressful situation. Earlier this stress, every time the stress is there. As a human being, we have to face this. But earlier we were not realizing that. And the stress, there were people who used to solve the stress problem. Because in case of joint family, for example, you are living in a joint family, okay, and you have faced certain problem at your workplace. And when you come back to your house, you come back to your family, your father is there, your grandfather is there, your grandmother is there. Whatever stress you are having, whenever you will reach them, you will talk to them, they will say that, no, there is no problem. This is just it is a matter of time. Just wait and watch. Few words they are going to tell you, and it is going to reduce your stress. Why? Because you are in a society, you are in a family where the other senior people are there, and they are going to console you at that time. Now we are living in the nuclear family system. 2, 3 people are there in the family. You are having a stress, you are going to keep it with you. And after some time, this stress is going to create different type of mental disease and so physical diseases, because the stress is going to create that problem. So then we should know how to cope with that stress, how to deal with that, what we have to do in this case. Because we are not having that type of society, we are not maintaining that type of friendship circle. So nowadays we say that, okay, you should maintain some friend with whom you should be able to share it. When you are going to share, 50% of your stress is being solved, because there is somebody who is going to listen to you at least, and that stress is going to be reduced. And then after, if he is intelligent enough to give you some solutions, he will be telling you, because he is your friend and you are going to depend on him. So the coping with stress is a very typical life skill that is required. And the emotions, because there are so many things with which our emotions are related, and our emotions are sometimes hurt, because we live in the society, and deliberately sometimes without any deliberate action, we find that these emotions, they are going to affect our life. So these are the 10 core life skills. That's why they have mentioned that these are the core life skills. They should be there with all. It should be with us also, and it should be created among our students also. The self-awareness, because this on the basis, if the self-awareness is not there, you will find there are many very, very weak students whose background knowledge is very weak, and they have started to go for UPSC examination 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and they could not qualify even the prelim because they could not identify where is their weakness. They are not self-aware. There should be somebody who should tell him that, okay, it is not your cup of tea. Please forget about it. Search for some other. Don't go for such a higher level test. Go for the state level test. You will be successful there. So the self-awareness, sometimes we consider that, okay, I will be able to do that. But your core competence is missing in that case. The student is not able to surmount that particular problem. So here, these life skills are very much important. And as the WHO has given these life skills, it means they have considered that by adopting, by understanding this, their physical and mental health that can be kept intact, and they will be able to maintain good health in terms of physical and mental one. So,
okay, Khalid bhai, Assalamu alaikum.
Balsram ji, bas 5 minutes और.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
हाँ, we have a valedictory also.
valedictory भी है.
Yeah, हाँ, आज ही है valedictory.
आज ही है, तो मैं अभी 2 मिनट.
Thank you जी, 2 मिनट ले ले.
2 मिनट बस 2 मिनट बस अभी खत्म कर रहा हूँ. These are the skills which are required not by us but by the students also. लेकिन अभी जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट्स हुए हैं उसमें अभी देखने की जरूरत ये है. मैं अभी उसको स्किप कर रहा हूँ. एंड देयर आर सम मोर स्किल्स. तो ये तो हो गया. Other important life skills, time management. This is very important. The students should learn about that. Digital literacy, that is also required. Adaptability and resilience, leadership and teamwork. Without this teamwork, success is not expected. Emotional intelligence, that is required. Goal setting, they have to do. Financial literacy, they should know where the money should be invested and how they are going to get that return. Self-regulation, control your impulses and the behavior. Positive thinking, very important, because that is required. Handling dispute, managing relationships. These are the different other skills which are required for the purpose for the development of the individual and the student. These are the another way of considering these skills are self-control, perspective taking, communicating, this making connection, critical thinking, taking. If you are going to see this, you will find that they have been mentioned in our new education policy at some places, either in the principles or at some other places. The critical thinking, self-direction, engaged learning, all these things. So these are some skills. They are also like I'm going to skip that. Some characteristics 24 is critical thinking, collaboration, creativity, literacy, lifelong learning, leadership, adaptability, digital literacy, because nowadays without this, it is not possible. So these are the different type of skills which have been identified. Most of them are repetitive in nature also, but these skills are required, and we have to develop ourselves. Our skills should be developed, and we should try to develop the skills of our students. Thank you very much for the patient listening. And I am thankful to Professor Dr. Faida Abbasi for giving me this opportunity, and Sadi Jamal for this. And thank you, all of you, for patient listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So today is the last day, so you people should enjoy now.
Yes.
Validity is a very important
Sir,
session.
हाँ.
we were still enjoying.
मैम हम तो अभी भी एंजॉय कर रहे थे आपका लेक्चर भी और बाकी सब के लेक्चर भी एंजॉय किए.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We enjoy all 7 days, sir.
Not because I know the people engaged in this, Faida Abbasi and the group, the team there, and the people who are, you can say that they are selecting this resource person and all. I know them and their capabilities and their understanding and how the things just should be managed. That's why, and we also enjoy, because whenever they are requesting for any type of lecture, we prepare for that, and we are there before the student, before the participants. तो थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank
चलिए,
you, sir.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Khalid.
you so much, sir.
थैंक यू मैडम।
Till we
अच्छा है,
have you again.
एक प्रोग्राम और आज आपका हो गया, वैलिडिटी हो रहा है बहुत।
जी, बहुत
चलिए।
बहुत अल्लाह का शुक्र है और आप सबके ताउन की वजह से हो
नहीं,
पाता है
नहीं,
जी।
नहीं, बहुत अच्छा है
और
जी।
इससे हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी की भी बहुत अच्छी इससे
नहीं, सही बात है। नहीं,
पैरामीटर।
ये तो हम लोग तो जब से देख रहे हैं ना, जब हम लोग स्टूडेंट थे, जब जब नया ज्वाइन किया, जब ये कॉलेज खुला,
जी जी
हम लोगों ने भी ओरिएंटेशन, उस पर रिफ्रेशर कोर्सेज हम लोगों ने भी अटेंड किए हैं।
बिल्कुल।
तो उस टाइम पे तो खैर जो हमारे रिसोर्स पर्सन थे, अब तो खैर रहे नहीं बहुत सारे लोग, लेकिन वी हैव बीन द पार्ट ऑफ दिस कॉलेज।
And we are very happy that you are now again a part of this and we would
यस,
like to
हाँ, हमें भी अच्छा लगता है टू
जी।
इंटरेक्ट विद द पीपल। थैंक
जी।
यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, Khalid bhai.
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Take care. Have a good night.
चलिए, थैंक यू।
हम इस्तकबाल करते हैं हमारे कार्यक्रम की डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर फाइजा बास मैडम का। अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम।
Ji, walaikum salam, Abida ma'am. Thank you so
जी,
much.
कैसे
Let us
हैं आप?
begin the valedictory now. No, I would like to listen to some participants speak.
सभी जनों को मेरा नमस्कार। 23 जुलाई से हम 8 दिवसीय फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम के प्रतिदिन दोनों सेशंस में हमने अनेक विद्वानों को सुना और बहुत ही मतलब हम में ऊर्जा का संचार हुआ है। सभी रिसोर्स पर्सन ने अपने अपने ज्ञानवर्धक विचारों से हम सब में नई ऊर्जा भरी है, हमें प्रोत्साहित किया है। इस फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से हम सभी ने कई ऐसे बिंदुओं को जाना जिनसे हम अनभिज्ञ थे। प्रतिदिन के सेशंस में सभी रिसोर्स पर्सन ने गागर में सागर भरने का प्रयास किया है और सभी ने इतना सरल भाषा में सारगर्भित तरीके से व्याख्यान से हमें अभिभूत किया है। इसके लिए मैं सभी रिसोर्स पर्सन को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ।
थैंक यू मैडम।
डायरेक्टर मैम, पहले तो अस्सलाम वालेकुम। पहले तो
वालेकुम सलाम।
आप जो है इस बात के मुस्तहिक हैं कि आपको मुबारकबाद दी जाए। आप इतना बड़ा प्रोग्राम करा रहे हैं और इतने अच्छे तरीके से करा रहे हैं। जो रिसोर्स पर्सन्स का आप चुनाव करते हैं, सिलेक्शन करते हैं, वो सब चुनिंदा होते हैं, अपने अपने फील्ड के माहिरीन होते हैं और बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से। बेसिकली इस प्रोग्राम का जो नाम ओरिएंटेशन है, वो ओरिएंटेशन कभी कभी पूरी लाइफ निकल जाती है, तब तक हो नहीं पाता है। तो वो ओरिएंटेशन करने में हमें इस प्रोग्राम से, इस तरह के प्रोग्राम से मदद मिलती है। फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट तो एक अलग चीज होती है, लेकिन यहाँ पर हर एज और हर सेक्शन और हर सब्जेक्ट का व्यक्ति जुड़ करके अपने आप को एक ऐसा फील करता है जो एक अलग तरह का एक्सपीरियंस होता है। तो थैंक यू फॉर दिस प्रोग्राम। जो कोऑर्डिनेटर मैडम हैं, उनका भी बहुत मेहनत के साथ पूरा 8 दिन तक लगातार उन्होंने मेहनत की है, बहुत अच्छे तरीके से प्रोग्राम को कंडक्ट किया है। बाकी टेक्निकल टीम है, वो मुस्तकिल तौर पर काम करते रहे। तो सभी लोग मुबारकबाद के मुस्तहिक हैं। मैं चाहूँगा कि आगे भी मैं इस तरह के प्रोग्राम्स के में शामिल हूँ, उसका हिस्सा बनूँ। शुक्रिया आपका।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। बहुत ही आपने हमारे दिलपजीर कलिमात कहे और बड़ी हमारी इससे हौसला अफजाई होती है। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया खालिद अज़हर साहब। थैंक यू मैडम। आगे बढ़ते हैं।
किसी और को? कविता मैडम।
हाँ मैम, मेरे को तो कहना ही है कि मतलब हम 8 दिनों से लगातार लगे रहे सर मैम, और आपने और फाइजा मैम है और साजिद सर थे, मतलब इतना अच्छा और इंफॉर्मेटिव प्रोग्राम था। मतलब एनईपी थी और हम लोगों की नॉलेज ना धीरे धीरे बढ़ ही रही है। मतलब अभी तक भी बहुत कुछ है जो भी सीखना बाकी है। तो जैसे आज मैम ने, जो शकीला मैम आए थे, उन्होंने बोला जैसे कि आज शायद ग्राउंड लेवल पे थोड़ा टफ है, लेकिन आगे आने टाइम पे ये पॉलिसी कितना ज्यादा इम्प्रूव करने वाली। तो ये सब चीजें वो जो आपके सारे रिसोर्स पर्सन थे, आपने ना चुन चुन के लाए थे। मतलब इतने अच्छे से उन्होंने और हम लोगों को भी इन्वॉल्व किया। सबसे अच्छी चीज ये थी कि ना कि हम लोगों के साथ, मैं हमेशा से बोलती करती हूँ कि अगर कोई सेशन होता है तो वो इंटरेक्टिव होना चाहिए ताकि हम भी इन्वॉल्व हो, ऐसा ना हो कि हमें नींद आने लग जाए, तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए। इतना अच्छा लगा ना, मतलब कि सब, मतलब हमें इंतजार रहता था कि अब सेशन शुरू होने वाला है, तो एक सेशन हमारा कॉलेज में तो था और एक सेशन मैं अपना घर पे लेती हूँ। तो मैम थैंक यू, और हम लोग इंतजार करेंगे AMU की तरफ से भी कि कभी कोई ऐसा कुछ हो तो हमें फिर से याद किया जाए कि हम भी भाई इस प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा बन सके। थैंक यू मैम।
जरूर
थैंक यू बबीता मैडम
जी, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू। और कोई अपने ख्यालात हमारे साथ शेयर करना चाहेगा?
Yes, ma'am. It is truly an honor, and this wonderful journey has come to end. So, on behalf of all participants, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to all the faculty members and all the contributors here who make this event a success. These past few days was very enriching, full of learning, sharing, and growth. The knowledge we have gained will surely stay with us for a long time. As now we are part ways, let us carry forward the spirit of curiosity, collaboration, and commitment that we witness here. Let this not to be an end, but a new beginning, I hope so. Thank you once again for this memorable experience. Wishing everyone success, happiness ahead.
Thank you very much. Very kind words from you, Dr. Ariba.
और किसी को अपने ख्यालात शेयर करने हैं?
Yes, ma'am. मेरे को करना है. Myself, Dr. Shanawaz Khan, and I'm from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. So I would like to thank director, coordinator, and technical team members for providing this wonderful opportunity to participate in this NEP orientation program. So all the sessions and programs was very informative, and I would like to thanks again for conducting this. And in future, we expect more from your side so that we will get the chance again to participate in this program. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shanawaz. I have been to your Crescent College in Chennai once.
मैं भी कहना चाहूंगा इस सफलतापूर्वक समापन पर डॉक्टर गोपाल कृष्णा उत्तरांचल यूनिवर्सिटी से कि नई शिक्षा नीति ने दिया नव विचारों का संचार, ज्ञान कौशल और मूल्यों से हुआ शिक्षार्थियों का संवार, नवाचार समावेश और शोध की बनी मजबूत डोर और सफल समापन से खुला प्रगति का नया भोर। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर।
बहुत खूबसूरत डॉक्टर गोपाल कृष्ण, बहुत अच्छा, आपने कविता में अपनी बात कही, अपने दिल की बात कही, और मेरी दुआ है कि आप ईश्वर आपकी लेखनी को ऐसे ही और ज्यादा मजबूत बनाए।
धन्यवाद।
Assalamu alaikum, madam.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
Madam, I have a passion towards the name itself, Aligarh. So as soon as I saw a program there being conducted by you, I immediately got registered. Thank you so much for accepting my application and all the sessions were all interesting. Where we learned something. A teacher is a learner. Every day a teacher is a learner. That is how we have learned so many things from you people. And we hope that you all conduct again such programs in order to give us our, educate us in such a way so that we can reach to the students so well and then, update our knowledge to them. Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful to hear you, ma'am. जी आबिदा मैम, अब
शुरू करो। आज 8 दिवसीय मानवीय मिशन शिक्षक प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम के समापन सत्र में एक कार्यक्रम समन्वयक के रूप में मैं आप सबका हृदय की गहराइयों से आभार प्रकट करती हूँ। यह हमारे लिए गर्व का विषय है कि हम सभी ने मिलकर इस प्रशिक्षण को ज्ञान, संवाद, चिंतन और सहभागिता का एक सार्थक मंच बना लिया है। इन 8 दिनों में हमने न केवल राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 के विविध पहलुओं को जाना, बल्कि भारतीय ज्ञान प्रणाली, पर्यावरण, समग्र शिक्षा, दृष्टिकोण, शोध की उपयोगिता, पाठ्यक्रम विकास और भाषा प्रशिक्षण जैसे महत्वपूर्ण विषयों पर विद्वानों के अमूल्य विचारों से लाभान्वित हुए, जिसमें प्रोफेसर शाहीन, प्रोफेसर पारुल त्यागी मैम, प्रोफेसर विवेक त्यागी, प्रोफेसर गीता सिंह, प्रोफेसर नसीन, प्रोफेसर उषा शर्मा, डॉक्टर कुशाग्र राजेंद्र, प्रोफेसर विभा शर्मा, डॉक्टर आफ्ताब अंसारी, प्रोफेसर साजिद जमाल जैसे विद्वानों ने इस मंच से अपने ज्ञान से हमें लाभान्वित किया। प्रिय प्रतिभागियों, आपने इस पूरे प्रशिक्षण में जिस उत्साह, नियमितता और समर्पण के साथ भाग लिया और इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाने का वह मूल आधार था। मैं सबसे पहले शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ कार्यक्रम की डायरेक्टर मैडम फायजा अब्बासी मैडम का कि उन्होंने यह कार्यक्रम करने का मुझे मौका दिया। शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ अपने महाविद्यालय के प्राचार्य का, प्रोफेसर पारुल त्यागी मैडम का, जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम को कराने की मुझे अनुमति प्रदान की। शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ मैं AMU की पूरी टीम का, जिसमें सैयद जुल्फिकार अली सर, मिस्टर मजहर अजीज सैदी सर, जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम में मुझे भरपूर सहयोग प्रदान किया। शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ मैं अपनी साथी प्रवक्ताओं का, जिसमें डॉक्टर मृदुल रानी है, कुमारी ऋतु सैनी, प्रताप सिकदर, इन सब ने समय समय पर मुझे बहुत सहयोग प्रदान किया। और सबसे अच्छी चीज क्या है, शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ मैं अपने सभी साथियों का, जिन्होंने मुझे इसे चलाने में अपना पूरा सहयोग दिया, बिना किसी डिस्टर्बेंस के, बिना किसी व्यवधान के। अंत में मैं अपनी इन पंक्तियों के साथ, कबीरदास की पंक्तियां हैं, मैं अपनी बात को समाप्त करूंगी। गुरु कुम्हार शिष्य कुंभ है, गड़ी गड़ी काढ़े होठ, अंत हाथ सहारा दे, बाहर मारे चोट। यह प्रशिक्षण सभी, जो ये प्रशिक्षण था, ये सभी गढ़ने की एक प्रक्रिया थी, जिसमें आप सभी ने हिस्सा लिया और मैं आप सभी के उज्जवल भविष्य और उत्कृष्ट शिक्षण कार्य के लिए शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ। जय हिंद, जय शिक्षा।
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Abhida madam.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abhida ma'am.
Ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
एक एग्जाम देना है,
तैयार?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are ready.
Yes, ma'am.
चलिए दोबारा फिर